Tank, he got the power, and he got the equalizers. Anything can happen with Tank. But Tank give away a lot of rounds.
A pitch big with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
A chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys.
Curmel Moton has issued a strong warning to Lamont Roach, urging him to think twice about taking on Gervonta Davis in a rematch. With Davis's latest photos showing a stronger, sharper version of himself, Curmel highlighted just how dangerous he's become. He stressed that Davis's position as the face of boxing is well-deserved and reminded fans that anything can happen when Tank steps into the ring. According to Curmel, going forward with the rematch would be a major risk for Roach.
You guys put good pressure, you got some skills himself, and I feel like it's gonna be a great fight. I know I'm the better fighter, the more sharper fighter, and I know I'm working harder than him. So, we're gonna see. But I know that I have what it takes, and I'm gonna prove it on the first.
Gervonta Davis's latest training footage is making waves across the boxing world. In a short gym clip, his physical shape speaks volumes. He's noticeably more muscular and showing explosive speed with laser focus. Every punch he throws is packed with precision and power, leaving no doubt about his intent. Observers are saying this isn't just routine training. Davis looks ready to dominate. His intense form sends a clear message. He's taking the upcoming rematch very seriously. Curmel Moton recently shared a rare and personal story from his time sparring with Gervonta Davis. Speaking with a mix of respect and caution, he described the experience as intense and eye-opening. It wasn't just Davis's power that stood out, it was his precision, timing, and constant pressure that made the difference. Curmel saw how Davis methodically breaks opponents down and pushes them into survival mode. That sparring session gave him a clear look at why even seasoned fighters find it hard to keep up. It showed just how physically and mentally demanding it is to go up against someone as relentless and calculated as Davis.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys. Then I also seen why I'm I got all this hype around me too.
Despite fully understanding the risk, Curmel Moton once shared his interest in facing Gervonta Davis before the champion retires. For him, it wasn't about pride, it was about measuring himself against one of boxing's most complete fighters. Curmel believed that stepping in the ring with someone at Davis's level would show him exactly where he stands. That bold desire, while risky, shows the mindset of a true fighter. Someone who welcomes challenge and respects greatness enough to want to face it head-on.
This is a big fight. Do you think Tank will retire before you can, because there is a small possibility. He's still at 35, so maybe you can catch him at 40 in 5 years, right? He's, what, 29? He'll be 29 November, or he's 29 now? One of the two, so he'll be 30. Technically, it'll be like him fighting Loma. Loma's 36, or you don't even think about that?
I don't think about it. I'm not really focused on it. I'm focused on now, my upcoming fights. Take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds. I do know Tank said that he ain't want to be around that much longer though. From what he said, take care of not Devin no more. He don't even want to fight Devin no more. But Shakur, what's he said, Tiafimo? I think he said he wanted to retire, but who knows.
As for what the future holds, it's clear Gervonta "Tank" Davis has hinted he may not be around the sport much longer. According to what's been said, he no longer has interest in fighting Dion and might be shifting focus away from certain matchups, possibly even considering retirement. Whether that's final or not remains uncertain. Meanwhile, the frequent comparisons between Curmel and Davis haven't gone unnoticed. Instead of taking offense, Curmel sees it as a sign of his progress. Being mentioned alongside a global name like Davis is a big statement about his potential. He understands that Davis isn't just known for titles. He's respected for putting on exciting, high-level performances. For Curmel, that comparison serves as motivation to rise to that same level.
A lot of people compare you to Tank. When you hear that, like when they call you Tank 2.0 or whatever the case is, how do you feel about that?
I used to take it as like a compliment. When I was an amateur, I used to take it as a compliment. But they comparing me to Tank, you know, he faced the boxing, like the biggest names in the sport, real high skill. But now I feel like I want to make a name for myself. I don't want to be 2.0 or nobody. I want to be the first me, you know. Yeah. And
Oscar de la Hoya, a respected figure in the boxing world, has shared his thoughts on the potential showdown. While he recognizes Lamont Roach's skill and technical talent, he doesn't shy away from being direct about Gervonta Davis. De la Hoya suggests that Roach is facing a completely different level of intensity and ring IQ. In his view, Roach may be talented, but Tank's power, speed, and aggressive style make this fight a serious threat for anyone stepping into the ring with him.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will...
Frank Martin offered a straightforward take ahead of the rematch. While he respects Lamont Roach's abilities, he doesn't see it being an easy night for him. Martin believes Gervonta Davis's mix of power and ring control will wear Roach down over time. He expects Davis to apply steady pressure from the start, pushing Roach into survival mode. According to Martin, facing someone as relentless as Davis takes a serious physical and mental toll, and that impact will show early in the fight.
They're trying to get that fight more of a, like, oh, it's going to be a good fight, but no, Roach a decent fighter, but Tank on dog him. Tank on dog him.
For sure, I agree.
Steven Espinoza offered a wider perspective on the situation, noting that Gervonta Davis is at his absolute best in the 135-pound division, where his speed and power are perfectly balanced. While Davis has fought at 140, Espinoza believes lightweight is where he truly shines. He also touched on behind-the-scenes hurdles with big matchups, like the one with Shakur Stevenson, saying talks broke down due to deeper contract complications. Despite those setbacks, Espinoza remains confident in Davis's career path and strong presence as one of boxing's top stars.
Yeah, for sure.
Waking up in Texas and coming over here, I'm like, geez, that cold is different, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Steven, Tank versus Lamont Roach, right? March 1st, we're going to get this fight here in New York. There are a lot of questions of why Lamont Roach, right? Let's not discredit him. He's a great fighter, great chin, high IQ. But why Lamont Roach? That's the questions that all the fans are asking at the beginning.
Look, I think the reality is, I think those are fair questions. I mean, look, when you have fighters the caliber of Tank, you know, of Canelo, the bar is always high. You know, when you continue to perform well against high-level opposition, you know, people expect a lot from you know, there were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, you know, early on, like back early, you know, for 2024 before this was scheduled. Didn't get very far for reasons I won't go into. But
come on.
You know, I just think there were, you know, I'm not sure that the time was right. I think, you know, what Shakur was looking for was something different than, you know, he was looking for more of a long-term commitment other than just doing one fight, you know. And so he's got his deal, you know, he's getting busy. He's got a fight scheduled, and, you know, maybe we'll pick up and do something there. But aside from that, I mean, to be candid, you know, those are the big names at 135. I know Tank has gone up to 140. And he would on occasion. He hasn't looked the best there. You know, overall, I think 135 is his best weight.
Inside Gervonta Davis's camp, training isn't just preparation, it's pure dominance. In one standout moment, he reportedly dropped a sparring partner with a single punch, leaving even experienced trainers stunned. Moments like these aren't unusual for Davis, whose power in the gym mirrors what he brings to fight night. His focus is laser sharp, and it's clear he's not just training to win, he's getting ready to make a statement in the rematch.
Yeah.
Once Tank felt one more power, you actually really think that one more could take Gervonta's power?
I don't think anybody could take his power. You know he knocked out heavyweights?
Yeah, I was there.
Tell me the story. What happened?
Tank, what's the one boy name?
No, don't say a name. I don't want to embarrass anyone.
Oh, no, you're right.
But tell people what happened.
Man, I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight.
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this. I'm like, I thought he died. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he died.
Tank, is that true? You almost killed a heavyweight in the ring? That's what he said.
Should be happening.
Because he asked me, how does a 135-pounder take your power? I said, I don't think anybody takes the power.
Just not get in there with me. That's it. That's how they feel.
Were you shocked when you saw that?
Huh?
Were you shocked?
I was just like, man, he better not do that shit to me.
And you know what else he told me? You punched him upstairs, he lost feeling in his leg. No, he did. You told me that, right?
Keep it a beat, yeah.
No, it happened.
What you doing, bro? You ready?
Yeah.
Lamont Roach isn't stepping into this fight as an underdog hoping for a lucky break. He's coming in prepared, experienced, and determined. With just one loss on his record, he's crafted a style built on precision and patience. Roach has learned from past setbacks and turned them into tools for growth. His timing, movement, and focus are at their peak. He's not here to just hold his own against Davis. He's coming to push back and truly compete at every level.
Tank out here selling under 150,000 pay-per-views, you kidding me? Oh man, Face of Boxing, yeah, turn that shit off. Yeah, we shutting that shit down. Every single time. Does Shakur really want to fight Tank? I think Shakur could sell a bit more with somebody else. Especially in Saudi, I feel like they can find him a dancing partner that'll do a little bit better than 150,000. Okay, I get it. This is why PBC delayed this fight for what, 5 months? Y'all ain't want to pay this motherfucker because y'all know he can't sell. I mean, this should have been evident. If you do the math, Tank has never been that great of a pay-per-view draw. He sold over 300K twice now in his career. He sold over 300K with Ryan Garcia. That's obvious. Ryan's the bigger star. And then he sold over 300 with Martin. He sold about 325. But when we put it in perspective, that Frank Martin fight was a comeback fight after a year layoff, so it was always going to sell. Every comeback fight's going to sell. It was one of the first pay-per-views on Amazon's new PBC deal, so they were really trying to push it. And then he had David Benavidez as the co-main event with Gary Russell and Alberto Puello under them. You take away all those factors that this wasn't a comeback fight. David Benavidez isn't the co-main event, and Amazon has now been in the game for over a year. It makes sense it only sold 150. I know there's going to be a couple of you guys in the comments. No, it sold 500K. Don't be so gullible. They didn't sell 500K. I don't know if Tank's a top... Well, I know for a fact he's not a top 5 draw in the sport of boxing anymore. Well. He's not selling pay-per-views. Bivol better BF just triple him. Well, Jerry, their pay-per-views are cheaper. Don't matter. All that matters is who has more eyes watching him, and Bivol and better BF do. Tank.
Lamont Roach's credentials speak for themselves. He's a former world champion who's proven his worth at the highest level. While Gervonta Davis often commands the spotlight, Roach has quietly built a solid legacy through skill, discipline, and consistency. His past wins show he's not just tough, he's a smart, composed fighter who stays calm under pressure. Critics who overlook Roach are missing the deeper picture. He's not the type to break under fire, he adapts, resets, and comes back stronger. When their first fight ended in a draw, it shook things up. For the first time in years, people began to question Davis's air of invincibility. That result wasn't just another stat, it created real doubt. Was it a one-off or a sign that Davis could be figured out? Roach's performance turned into a blueprint, showing that Davis can be challenged, and that Roach might be the one to do it again.
You know, he's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of toned it and tamed it, calmed it and tamed it down. toned it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on the show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go, in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Oh, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it
Nah,
won't
there's
go
too many
past-
hoes. Too many hoes in the game of too many hoes. Too many hoes. Too many hoes. Too many hoes in this game.
Cut that right on out. Okay, cut that out.
Too many hoes in this game, man. Y'all know, man. Come on, ain't nobody stupid. You know what I'm saying? Stevie Wonder here you can see that he got a lot of hoes in this game, man. You know, he's very unconventional, but you know, got some pop on his shots, but that's it. You know, I think Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be 9-9.
How shocking would it be if Rolly pulled the upset?
That'll be shocking as hell if Rolly pulled off the upset. Yeah. But I think Rolly's damaged goods, man. I mean, if you look at his last couple of fights, bro, he hasn't been the same since he got knocked out by Gervonta Davis, bro. He hasn't been the same. You know, sometimes one fight can ruin your entire career, man. He's just not the same. He's not the same mentally. He's not the same physically, bro. And after he left his coach, the coach has been, that was coaching starting out, good Bullet. He looks a little different. No disrespect to anybody that's working with him now, but he just looks different, bro. It's not the same fighter.
What about Devin returning against Ramirez?
Good fight, but Devin should be able to outbox Ramirez. I love Ramirez to death. I love him to death, but he can be outboxed. You know, he comes forward. He got great left hook. We're going to see if Devin learned anything. A little slower with the left hook, but Ramirez got pop. He got pop on that left hook, man. So it's a good test for Devin, because you already know what's lined up.
After the fight, Gervonta Davis's comments stirred debate. Instead of giving Lamont Roach credit for a tough performance, Davis pointed to personal struggles and ring rust as reasons for the outcome. That didn't sit well with many in the boxing world who saw it as dismissive. While Davis has every right to reflect on his own performance, critics felt that downplaying such a close fight took away from Roach's growth and effort. For some, it raised concerns about sportsmanship and the importance of giving respect in the face of real competition.
We gotta talk about it. So, Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already notable. The fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against a Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else. And that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing was going to look at them like, I don't want her braiding my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims, got all these receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, oh, this had no grease or oil in it. No one cares. Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments. Should she have remained quiet, or should she have did what she did, which is spoke up? You let me know.
Amid all the debate, one thing is clear: Gervonta Davis has a rare gift for adjusting in the middle of a fight. When things shift, he doesn't lose control, he refocuses. His ability to read an opponent's rhythm and change tactics on the fly is what separates him from most fighters. Whether it's switching gears from defense to attack or managing space under pressure, Davis knows how to adapt. That's what makes him so dangerous. No matter how a fight starts, he always finds a way to take back control.
To get to us, but we're going to frustrate him. He doesn't get frustrated. He takes his time. He's deliberate. A lot of times at the beginning, people thought he was just a seek and destroy missile. They thought he was just a guy that got to you. And they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious. He takes his time. He slowly closes those gaps, inch by inch, step by step, and then he gets to you. He reminds me of the old time janitors, the superintendents in the big buildings, those big buildings, and they had a big brass key ring about this big with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying, he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
You're great with the analogies. I love that. I love the analogies.
And he finds the right key.
He does.
He doesn't walk into a room and like, bang, oh my God, I shouldn't open that door. And a lot of guys do. Romero walked into that room. Garcia walked into that room, So he don't. And that's part of what separates him and makes him a guy that's one of the most complete fighters right now of all time.
That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and make sure to stay tuned for the next one.